Hello, I'm Geno, and if you've been keeping up with my painting, and I hope you have, I'm fixing to give you some new updates on what I've been doing. If I can get my helper to put it on Santa Claus, which I think is the main subject of the picture, or what I like to say is part of the big part of the picture. This has just been added, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it real good with the video, but I put his glasses on there, and that was very, very hard. But I wanted to give it that elderly Santa with wisdom, whatever you want to call it. That's my creation of what I feel Santa Claus would look like. He's a big man, and I can't really change that. Got the present in here. I thought that was a nice little touch, especially for kids. That's what they really relate to, not just a big bag. So I got the present in there, and that makes it come more alive. Santa Claus is fixing to bring the presents to the kids. And if you haven't been keeping up with it, this is the only video you've watched. The name of this painting is Santa's on His Way. If we can get my helper to look at the reindeer, you can see where I've added the ropes. I still got some more to do. I got to bring the reins out of his hands and follow it through here too. And but you can see I've added the bells and whistles and all that stuff. Hopefully you can start hearing that jingle sound, while we're galloping down the road. The other things that I've added to this picture that you probably haven't seen is the elf factory. I think I might have talked to y'all about what I was going to be adding. And if she can get it over here on the Santa's elves, you can just see the signs. That brings you more into the picture, more of a cue card to let you know exactly what I'm trying to show you. And then as we can swing back over this way, you can see my pole. And I think we had talked about, I like to give it that Christmas candy feel, like your whatchamacallits, the little candies. And this kind of helps bring that into the feel of it. As you can see right here, I think we talked about this sign being the North Pole. I've changed it now to it just saying December 24th, kind of a countdown to Christmas. And like I said, there's changes that I make throughout the process, of course, because I start seeing something one way and I'll go with it, and things change, and hopefully for the best. Now, if I can get you to come on over here, we can see the sign that I put in here. A couple clips back, I had talked about, and I actually painted it green, but I also said that I may change that. Depends on what it does with the flow of my painting. Well, I had it green and a red board in here. It really, to me, overpowered my painting, so I wanted to back off, made it a light green texture, and made the red outline. It really brought my colors, and I think it gave it a great balance. So what I'm going to be starting right now that you'll be watching is I'm fixing to paint the North Pole in with his little decoration, just a nice sign that directs the viewer into the picture as the North Pole. So I might hit these bolts too on this for the door. Might hit some of those. But anyway, come on in and I'm going to get started painting it here. These are the little bells. It's going to be hard for most viewers to see this. I'll be trying to do it as well as I can. But they're just little bells, that I felt would make a good thing for the sign. Kind of bring into what I wanted to say, make it feel jolly and Christmassy. I have really had a good time with this painting. I've enjoyed it very much. And we're getting closer to being done. I'm feeling like we may get it done this week. And that will be just awesome by me. I don't feel these reds will overpower the painting by no means. I've never been one to be real keen on or happy and excited about doing signs, but they do have its meaning. And I think they can be very important in your art. Lettering has never been one of my specialties either, but it's very important if you're going to put signs and stuff in your paintings. I want to outline this trim like everything else with my white. It really lets them letters come out. I try to do that when I can. And you don't have to be quite as perfect with your lettering when you know you're going to be putting a backing on it. You just got to know which side you're going to be doing that with. You don't have to be quite as perfect if it don't get just what you want. And who knows, they might have hired Geno in the North Pole to do their lettering, which would probably look the way I'll end up making it. If you paint and you're watching this video, I don't know how you personally feel, because I wouldn't know you, but if you've ever done much lettering, you probably run into some problems with lettering. It can be very, very hard, or I experience it being very hard anyway. Trying to get the right size, and you got to work with small brushes. It can really be a pain. That's where a lot of the time goes in my art, is with detail. A lot of my friends look at my paintings and they say, man, are you going to be done next week with this one? And it's really not so. It depends on the painting and what I'm going to do with it. I very rarely do paintings anymore that don't have a story in the painting, because I like to tell a story with my art. Earlier in my years, I didn't do a whole lot of that. And I think it had a lot to do with just not being mature in my art and not being as confident in what I could do, with never having much versatility in the different things that I had experienced. Santa Claus that y'all looked at earlier, that was pretty tough there. Trying to get him to look the way I want him to look, and having to paint very small where he's at in the distance. It was very, very challenging, but I think he come out pretty nice.
Her mother, Stephanie Briggs. My daughter.
Got the north on there. Okay, we're probably about to run out of time on this clip, but when we come back, I should have this sign done, and we'll be carrying on to probably doing some elf work in Rudolph. I'll see you in a little bit.